Also damaged a water tank at a public housing complex in Manhattan, leaving residents without heat and hot water. It also left some apartments flooded at the Lincoln houses in East Harlem. Video shot by residents shows the hallway and stairways covered in water. This as temperatures dropped well below freezing over the weekend. And again, just like we just told you in that last story, causing an icy condition, this time inside. And we'll have more on this story coming up on Eyewitness News at 5:30.
Well, in Queens, a man was struck and killed by a subway train just before midnight. Police say the 46-year-old man dropped his cell phone onto the tracks at the Roosevelt Avenue station in Jackson Heights. He jumped down from the platform to get his phone, but wasn't able to get back up onto the platform afterwards. He was struck by a northbound F train and pronounced dead at the scene. Also in Queens, a wild and deadly crash at a junkyard. Police say a car flew off the NASA Expressway and then landed upside down on some parked cars, causing many of them to catch fire. It happened at a junkyard in South Ozone Park just before 4 this morning. Police say the driver was killed and a firefighter suffered a minor injury. On Christmas Eve, several busloads of asylum seekers arrived at the home of Vice President Kamala Harris. They were bused there by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Many of them only had the clothes on their backs and then were left in the dangerous, freezing cold. It is just the latest in political stunts in the ongoing debate over immigration. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
In frigid temperatures on Christmas Eve, 3 buses of migrant families dropped outside the residence of Vice President Kamala Harris. Aid workers say more than 100 people, including children, were left outside, many unprepared, wearing T-shirts in the record-breaking cold.
It's been so cold that people, I step outside and they say, please, let me in, even if there's standing room only. I don't even have to find a place on the floor to sleep as long as you just allow me to come in.
The White House immediately blaming Texas Governor Greg Abbott, saying in a statement he abandoned children on the side of the road in below freezing temperatures on Christmas Eve. This was a cruel, dangerous, and shameful stunt. Abbott's office did not respond to a request for comment, but previously said Texas had bused more than 15,000 migrants since April to Washington, D.C., New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago. It's part of a growing political battle as Republican-led states protest the Biden administration's attempt to end a Trump-era policy known as Title 42, which allows migrants to be expelled without being able to claim asylum. We're waiting for Title 42 to be nullified, says this man from Honduras. The fate of that policy is now in the hands of the Supreme Court. As the court weighs a decision, the Department of Homeland Security is out with a statement saying migrants should not attempt to cross the border in the cold, warning of the risk of deportation.
Now, it's not clear when the Supreme Court might issue its decision on Title 42. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
Well, still